Sami Kipruto and biased news. A high-stakes meeting between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Zelensky took place yesterday, February 28, 2025, at the White House, intended to address a potential U.S.-Ukraine minerals deal and the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war. What began as a diplomatic engagement quickly escalated into a public confrontation, marking a notable moment in the evolving relationship between the two nations. Here is a detailed look at what transpired, based on statements, eyewitness accounts, and official records available as of today. The meeting occurred in the Oval Office, with Trump hosting Zelensky amid a busy week of foreign diplomacy following his inauguration as the 47th U.S. President earlier in 2025. Zelensky arrived in Washington seeking to secure continued U.S. support for Ukraine's defense against Russia, now in its third year of conflict, and to finalize an agreement giving the U.S. access to Ukraine's rare earth minerals, a deal seen as mutually beneficial. Earlier that day, Zelensky met with U.S. senators from both parties to discuss military aid, signaling a broad push for American backing. Trump, meanwhile, entered the meeting with a stated goal of brokering an immediate ceasefire in the Russia-Ukraine war. He had recently emphasized his past interactions with both Zelensky and Russian President Putin, positioning himself as a potential mediator. Vice President J.D. Vance joined the leaders, along with a small press pool that included representatives from Russia's state media outlet TASS. The meeting unfolds. The session opened with a photo opportunity at 11 a.m. East time. Trump greeted Zelensky with a handshake and a casual remark about his black military-style uniform, saying he's all dressed up today. Zelensky responded with a nod, maintaining a composed demeanor. The leaders then moved into a closed-door discussion lasting approximately 40 minutes, where the minerals deal reportedly took center stage. White House staff had prepared a signing ceremony in the East Room, indicating optimism about reaching an agreement. At around 11:45 a.m., the doors opened for brief press interaction, a standard practice in such bilateral meetings. Initial remarks from both leaders focused on their respective goals. Trump reiterated his call for peace, while Zelensky emphasized the need for security guarantees to protect Ukraine from further Russian aggression. The tone remained diplomatic until Vice President Vance interjected. The exchange shifted when Vance defended Trump's approach, suggesting that Zelensky's insistence on specific terms was stalling peace efforts. Diplomacy requires flexibility, Vance said, adding that Zelensky's visit to war zones were propaganda tours. Zelensky countered by referring Russia's actions under multiple U.S. administrations, stating Putin occupied parts of Ukraine in 2014 and nobody stopped him. He then asked Vance directly, "Have you been to Ukraine to see our problems?" Come once. Vance called the question disrespectful, prompting Trump to raise his voice. "You are not acting at all thankful," Trump told Zelensky, pointing out the scale of U.S. aid to Ukraine. He added, "You don't have the cards right now," suggesting Ukraine's reliance on American support weakens its position. Zelensky pushed back, asserting that any ceasefire must include firm assurances, citing Russia's war crimes like the deportation of Ukrainian children. "We cannot negotiate with a killer on our territory," he said. The back and forth intensified. Trump warned that Zelensky was gambling with World War III by rejecting a quick deal, while Zelensky told fans, "You have a nice ocean and don't feel it now, but you will feel it in the future." Trump interjected, "Don't tell us what we are going to feel," as the two leaders spoke over each other, the exchange lasting roughly 10 minutes, unfolding in front of the stand reporters before aides ended the press session. Following the public clash, the closed-door talks were cut short. A planned lunch and joint press conference were cancelled, and Zelensky waited his delegation in a separate room for about an hour, hoping to resume the discussions at 1:20 p.m. Trump emerged alone to address reporters, calling for an immediate ceasefire and stating without U.S. support, Ukraine would lose. Zelensky left the house at 1:40 p.m. in an armored surf, declining to comment as he departed. Later that day, Trump posted on Truth Social, "I have determined that President Zelensky is not ready for peace if America is involved." He disrespected the United States in its cherished Oval Office. Zelensky on X wrote, "Thank you, America. Thank you for your support. Ukraine needs just and lasting peace, and we are working exactly for that." Avoiding a direct rebuttal. In a Fox News interview with Brett Baier that evening, Zelensky acknowledged that spat was not good, but expressed hope for repairing ties, saying, "We have to be honest and open." The incident drew swift responses. European leaders like French President Emmanuel Macron and Canadian President Justin Trudeau voiced support for Zelensky, while Hungary's Viktor Orban backed Trump's stance. In the U.S., Senator Lindsey Graham suggested Zelensky resign, while Senate Minority Leader Jack Schumer criticized Trump and fans' handling of the meeting. The unsigned minerals deal remains in limbo, leaving the future of U.S.-Ukraine cooperation uncertain. This is Sam reporting for Unbiased News. This account reflects events as they occurred on February 28, 2025, based on available information. Stay tuned for new details if it emerges.